Hope everybody's doing well. Thought I'd give you a tour of our main vegetable garden. Everything that's starting to pop up through the ground. We had a bit of a rain midday today, which was good. That'll help everything along. So down our first couple rows here are peas, which are just starting to come up. You can see they're up to the first set of true leaves. Fairly consistent down the row. We've got about 4 or 5 different varieties, including green arrow and Alaskan snow pea and little marvel. So a few different styles, or varieties I should say. Then we move into radishes. The radishes are doing quite well. A little thick in spots, but that's okay. We'll thin them out. You can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, and over there for 4 good rows of radish. Different varieties there again as well. French breakfast, cherry bell, white icicle, and a yellow radish called Albion, which is quite nice. Then we've got our bush beans starting to come up. We've got several varieties of those. Royal burgundy, several types of yellow wax and green bean. So you can see they're coming up. Not too bad at all. Another row of radish there, and now we've got our leaf lettuce. Simpson Elite, Grand Rapids, mostly cut and come again varieties. Saratoga is a new one we're trying this year, so we'll see how it works out. Then we move over a few more rows. This will be eventually a run of raspberries. We've got 4 different varieties of raspberry plants in here right now, and eventually we'll divide these out and make full-size rows out of them. And in between those, we're running what's known as Egyptian walking onion, which is a perennial onion, multi-use. So we'll see how that works out. And you can see our bit of our attempt here at bird and rabbit repellent with our little streamers coming along here, doing a little experiment with some concept ideas on keeping the animals out. You can see we've got some, well, I don't know if you could see or not, we've got some CDs hanging from the trees as well for the reflective light and the movement, trying to deter all of our different animals that want to come in here and have a little snack in the garden, which we'd prefer they didn't. Then we've got several rows of onions, red onions, white Spanish, yellow Spanish, and some leeks. We've got 4 small hot cayenne style pepper plants in here. Quite a variety of different tomato plants. Most of them are heirloom varieties that we'll be saving seed from this year, and then a few hybrids like Ultra Boy and Better Boy that we'll be using for doing down, freezing, canning purposes, things of that nature. If anybody's interested, I can go through the different varieties of tomatoes that we're growing. I think we're about 24 different types that we'll have in the garden before all said and done. But heirloom tomatoes is kind of a little bit of a passion of mine, so we try to do a few different styles. We've still got 1 more row to go in for beans and a few other little seeds. There's some more tomatoes. These are all Ultra Boy that we'll use for canning and fresh eating. And then over here, this will be corn that we've got in this year. A new variety of sweet corn that we haven't tried called Candace. So we'll see what happens there. You can see our rhubarb has gone to seed. We're going to let this one go to seed. We saved seed last year and managed to get a few new plants out of that we're trying to get to size. So going to continue that experiment this year and see what happens. And always use a few more rhubarb plants. So our white currants are starting to come on fairly good. So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of jam or some sort of preserves with those. We've got both white and red currants. In here we've got various potatoes planted, and the little pink ribbons are more raspberry plants that we're working on. And then last night we put in some strawberry plants. Now these are all different varieties, just single plants that we've picked up here and there on our different garden tours and greenhouse hops. And the idea here is that we'll let these guys send out their runners, and we'll transfer each set of runners into its own row, and in a year or so, maybe two, we'll have a good run of strawberries. Well, that's about it right now. We'll do another tour of the other section of the garden in an upcoming video. So for now, talk to you later days.